All right, everybody, I'm here at Gen Con 2015, joined by Jonathan Herr, the 2015 North American champion for the Star Wars LCG. How's it going, John?
It's going pretty well. Had a pretty good con,
Yeah?
especially good since I won the North American Championship. So
It doesn't hurt when you win.
It does not hurt.
So tell me a little bit. You won last year,
Right.
which means that you're the first two-time North American champion. And the year before that, you're one of your good friends and someone you playtest with, Matt Coles, won,
Yep.
which you've officially basically eclipsed at this point.
Right.
Sorry, Matt. What happened? How do you win two in a row like that?
So a lot of it is into the preparation that you do. I'm really lucky in that I have a really good playtest group with Matt and Eric and our friend Paul, who didn't play this year. He played a different game. But we're all really into the game. We play a lot of games, and we all play at a pretty high level. And so it's nice to be able to bounce ideas off of and really work on the decks that way. This year was kind of tough because I had a long vacation right before Gen Con when the pack came out, so I wasn't able to do a whole lot of testing.
And the errata?
And the errata.
FAQ?
Yeah. And so I wasn't able to do a whole lot of testing prior to Gen Con, so I really had to lean on Matt and Eric to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
And they delivered.
And I just took the decks that they made.
All right, so tell me a little bit. I noticed I was watching the finals, and you had two of the Thrawn objective out.
Yep.
And you played two Leia's Command to great effect, insane effect. What were you guys maybe doing a little different than the rest of the field? Because it felt like yours was way more of a control, even more control than a lot of the builds I've been seeing.
So I think the main difference between our deck and a lot of the other decks in the field were the Leias. Most of the other ones that we were seeing were really heavy on the Falcon. Some of them were
unfinished business.
Yeah, the unfinished business. A lot of them were running two of the Owen pod.
Yeah.
We were only running one.
I agree.
I think it's a one of.
Yeah.
But I think that the community at large kind of underestimates the Leia pod. Especially with Ron's pod now, with the survivors, she's no longer as squishy as she was.
Absolutely.
You can get her out, and as long as you can get her out and on the table, it makes your opponent play your game.
Absolutely.
And anytime you can do that, you want to do it.
I mean, it's the same story with Leia's Command, but if you can have balance with Leia on the table, which you did when you played Leia's Command to get rid of Palpatine, spoiler. So that's cool. Anything else different about that deck?
That's mainly what it was. When I won the regional that I won, I was running Vima instead of the Obi-Wan and the Owen. And I really liked that deck. It was really good against ties, but it played very differently depending on whether you got her objective out. And so it was not as consistent as I would have wanted it to be. So I was glad I kind of switched into that.
Sure, it looked like a really good deck. What about on the dark side? Anything strange there?
On the dark side, I didn't see a whole lot of Thrawn going around this tournament.
He's surprisingly good, right?
And he is really good. And I know a lot of people say that the rest of his pod is not good. It kind of isn't. The bodyguards are, stormtroopers. They're fine.
Yeah, I mean, the stormtroopers. We all ran those back in the day.
We ran them back in the day. It's why we ran Mahdi's pod back in the day. Of course, that's when
orbital bombardment and Mahdi,
and that's when sleuth scouts were going on. Yeah. But Thrawn is so strong that with the field as it was now, you wanted either a Mara Jade first turn or a Thrawn first turn. And if you could get either of those, you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, because you can get the Force, and then you have a threat, right?
Right.
It's a serious threat.
Right.
And Thrawn, it's hard to undersell the 4-cost strong unit, right?
Right.
So,
And the other thing about Thrawn is the list that I was running before, they had no 2 resource objectives, and so
it can speed you up.
It can definitely
Vader,
speed you up. It can get you Vader on turn 1, Palpatine on turn 2.
Yeah.
So that was an important thing as well.
Cool. Well, we're almost done with the Rogue Squadron cycle.
Yep.
We got Imperial Entanglements at Gen Con. Some of us did.
Yep.
What are your thoughts looking forward? Right, like Worlds is in a few months. The new FAQ's now been in effect and in the field. How do you feel about the future of the game, and what are you looking forward to?
Yeah. I haven't really been able to not playtest, but get my hands on the cards and really play with them. I've looked through them.
Imperial Entanglements.
Imperial Entanglements. And I'm really excited about Tarkin. We're Team Tarkin. We want a good Tarkin, and everything in his pod is amazing.
It's crazy, right?
I'm super excited about Tarkin. A lot of the other stuff that are in the dark side pods are really nice as well.
Yeah, the one that does the damage.
The damage clearing and putting it on your opponent. I think that, it always was, the Navy pods, the good ones, you just put in Sith.
Yeah.
But now there's enough good Navy pods that it makes sense to do just Navy. And so I'm pretty excited about that. Looking through some of the other Smuggler stuff looks all right.
It's a little like, it's more like devious. Like it's more
Right.
like not sure if this is good or not, but maybe it really is.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to like getting my hands on that and cracking it and trying to work it out and see what I can do with it. But nothing jumps out at me as like, okay, this is gonna be it.
Yeah,
like
the way that
Tarkin and the other stuff does.
Totally.
And I'm even excited about the Sith one with the pick and gore.
Yeah, it's really crazy, right?
I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna be a top pod,
but it'll be fun.
But it's gonna be fun.
Sure.
So.
Awesome. Well, congrats again. Thanks for the interview, and we'll see you next year at Gen Con winning your 3rd title. How about that?
Yep. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more Gen Con 2015 coverage.